Today in Google Stadia News, we're going to be going over the biggest headlines of the day, and it really is all just games on games on games and some sales thrown in for good measure. But before we begin, I want to point out that the This Week on Stadia blog post will not be happening this week, and instead they told us to look forward to next week. But before you get too excited about this meaning some sort of announcements coming next week, I do want to point out the following tweet. It simply states that they were caught up playing some video games and needed some extra time to write about video games on Stadia. They're not hinting at anything, just that they needed a breather. And while I do doubt that the reason for them not having a blog post this week is them playing video games, I do think they're trying to make it clear that this isn't some sort of setup for something big. It would be pretty great if they ended up surprising us, but based on what was said here, I do think it's best to keep expectations low. It really does seem like maybe they just didn't have enough time to write up the blog post this week. That said, there is still news to talk about for This Week on Stadia, and I will be giving you everything you need to know. We're going to begin with the latest early access title to hit the Stadia storefront, and that's Heist Simulator. It's an interesting simulation logic heist puzzle RPG where you'll get to grab the perfect team to hack, unlock, disguise, and solve your way to stealing England's finest treasures. Interestingly enough, Heist Simulator also includes a level editor to build your own burglary of your dreams. You'll be able to draw up your ideal location, then fill it to the brim with thousands of props, decorations, and interactables for your team to overcome, then you can share that masterpiece with the world by uploading it to the Heist cloud. As per usual with these types of games, it's important to remember that it's an early access title, so there's a good chance you may run into some hiccups, bugs, or glitches throughout your play session. These games are actively being worked on, and you can expect lots of updates adding more and more content as time progresses until it's in a finalized state. The developer has stated interest in making this an intuitive and smooth experience for all players, and that they will be working on the Heist builder as time goes on. They'll be using it to build you a campaign full of levels that will take you all over England. You'll be stealing valuables and knickknacks from a range of famous English locations, and they will be gathering your feedback at every stage. Also, a quick side observation here, but this title only appears to be in early access on Stadia at this point in time, as the Steam store still says it's coming soon. Next up, let's take a look at Ubisoft's new title that's hit the Stadia storefront today, and that's Child of Light. It's currently available on sale. It's a role-playing game where you'll get to play as a young girl named Aurora from 1895 Austria who one day awakens in the lost fairy tale continent of Lumeria. Your goal is to return home, but she must fight against the dark creatures of the Queen of the Night who have stolen the sun, the moon, and the stars. At stake is not only Lumeria, but also Aurora's true destiny, and it should be noted that it is included in your Ubisoft Plus subscription if you are subscribed. The game itself isn't new by any means, it's actually a port of an older game, but one that was highly reviewed and highly regarded. So if you're interested in RPGs at all, do check this one out. I've only heard good things about the game, and I can't wait to dive in myself. Following that, we have official confirmation that Dragon Ball Z Kakarot will be coming to Stadia real soon. It was a game that was rated on PEGI's rating board last month, and I have to say it's great to get official word. The game itself will arrive October 26th. You'll get to relive the story of Goku and other Z fighters in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Beyond the epic battles, experience life in the Dragon Ball Z world as you fight, fish, eat, and train with Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, and others. As a fan of the Dragon Ball franchise, I'm really excited to check this one out. I've heard it's more of an RPG experience, and that sounds right up my alley. So go into this expecting RPG mechanics, not to mention it's not just about the fights, you'll be flying, fishing, eating, and training your way through it all too. I would love to see more anime-inspired games arrive on Stadia. I know it's more of a niche subset of games, but it's one that I really do enjoy. But to wrap things up, let's go over the last bit of news, and it's just about all the sales currently going on at the Stadia storefront. Whether you're a Stadia Pro member or not, there is a ton on sale, and you should definitely give a look at the entire list. It's cool to see all the Dead by Daylight DLC available on sale. It's super fitting for the Halloween season. But on a quick side note, I want to point out all the pricing you're seeing is Canadian, so be sure to check out your own Stadia storefront to see the relative prices to your region. If you're a Pro member, I highly recommend picking up Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, but for non-Pro members, my recommendation goes to Hitman 3. Both are absolutely fantastic ports on Stadia, and I would safely recommend them to anyone. And with that, we cover all the Stadia news of the day. If you enjoyed the video or found it helpful at all, be sure to hit that like button as it really does help the channel out, and if you're wanting more content like this, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Today's end of video message is simply going to be saying a quick thank you for those of you who stick around this long. Seriously, I appreciate it. I notice some of you comment more frequently, and that really does mean a lot to me. Simply put, I think you're awesome, and as always, thank you for watching the video. This has been the Virtual Cloud, giving you the latest and greatest on everything cloud gaming and VR related, and until next time, I'll catch you in the clouds.